Hi everybody, Debbie Foster here with Creating with Debbie. I'm glad you're able to join me this morning. We've got a snowy day in Arkansas this morning. It's still snowing. It's been snowing since last evening, and I guess all week is supposed to be about the same. So when you come on, please be sure that you say hi to me and I'll know that you're here. Let me go ahead and bring up my iPad so I can follow the comments. Can I step around here? Where did I go? I had it and I lost it. Okay, I got it. Morning, Jackie and Marlene. Glad you could come on. As I said, my name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Arkansas, and that's in the United States. And I'd like to welcome you to my live today. We're going to be doing a fun fold that is kind of fun to do. And we'll be using the Hey Chick bundles, so hope you enjoy those. Let me go ahead and turn you around here and we'll get started. Okay, I lost my button there where I turned it around here. Let me get this all zoomed in. Make sure we're sitting okay. Hope everybody's having a good day. I could zoom this a little bit. Let me see what that looks like on my iPad. Thanks, Marlene. Miss you too. It's been a long time. All right, I think that's good for today. As you see, I made me a new sign. I had to use some of the new paper that's coming out next month. It's with the butterflies, and they are gorgeous. So as I said, I'm creating with Debbie, and if you want to shop with me, you can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinupnet.net. And my email address is creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. You can contact me there if you have any questions on anything. And my blog is creatingwithdebbie179.blogspot.com. And you can go on there and you can see all the measurements of all the cards that we've been doing and had done. If you want to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, which has a new one coming out for March, it looks very interesting. I'm just trying to get my papers situated here. This is what it looks like. Let me make sure that you're in the camera there. It's called Celebrate Life's Milestones. I have a delay on my iPad, so let me make sure I'm getting you in view here. Okay, so it says about the kit that it contains enough supplies to create 8 cards and coordinating envelopes. Includes 4 free stencils, which is these right here, and a stamping sponge. Embrace a new exciting technique with this set of reusable stencils that can be stamped for any season, and it comes in a cute collectible box. And my cat's back here meowing. I don't know if you can hear her on camera. That's Miss Froggy. So if you want to sign up for that, you have until March 10th to sign up for that. So if you have any questions, be sure to let me know and I'll help you with that. And we still got our Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick bundles going on. And I'm going to be using those today on our fun fold that we're going to do first. If you had the 2017 Sale-a-bration Hey Chick stamp set, they've brought that back, but they've also added dies to it. So you can buy, if you already have the stamp set, you can just get the dies, or you can get both as a bundle. And then they also added a Hey Birthday Chick bundle. And those are really cute with the dies and the stamp set. So if you have any questions, be sure to ask me. So, let me see. Oh, and we still got our promotion going on in our Sale-a-bration. Let me get that. If you join my team between now and February 28th, it costs you $99, but you get $125 worth of product, and that's free shipping. All you pay is the sales tax plus the $99, whatever your area sales tax is. So along with that, you'll also get a paper pumpkin, and you get 5 packs of the new colors that are coming out in our annual catalog, which comes out in June I think it is. So altogether, that's a value over $200 worth. So you might want to think about that, because you can become a, even if you don't want to do what I'm doing, you can become a discount shopper, where everything that you buy after you've signed up is you'll get 20% discount on everything. So that's kind of an added bonus. We call that our hobbyist or our discount shoppers. But if you wanted to do like what I do, you join my team, but along with me, you get the added bonus of having all of my uplines. So we do lots of fun things all the time, and we're able to help you get your business started if that's what you want to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here, because this card might take a little bit. But here's our first card. This is our fun fold using the Hey Chick bundles, and it's a tri-fold. Let me get my lighting over here so I can get that better. Make sure that's not in the camera's view here. And there. All right. I'm just waiting for my camera to catch up here. It's really cute. And then here's the back side. I didn't put anything on the back side yet, but you could add your messages, or you could add more stamps to the back. And I'm still not in camera view here. Which way do I need to go? Maybe up this way. Well, that's really out of view. Maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of water. I'm getting a tickle in my throat. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First off, I'm using the Cinnamon Cider cardstock, and I've scored that already at, our paper is 11 by 5.5 inches, and it's scored at, it's kind of hard to see here, at 4 1/4, at 7, and then again at 9 3/4 inches. So we're going to get our bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and burnish that. Let me get this so it's a little bit quieter. I think my asthma is flaring up a little bit this morning. I did my inhaler already, but I don't know if it's kicked in yet. So excuse me if I start coughing a little bit. Okay, so here's all of our fold lines. We're going to go this way. And then this one back this way. Okay, so it opens like this. For some reason, I'm not sitting quite right. Let me see if I can get this positioned a little bit better. Let's see which way is straight here. Maybe right there is better. All right, let's try it right there. That might be a better view. Okay. I'll just keep checking my iPad to see, make sure it's in the right place. Okay, let me set that aside. All right, let me get my measurements over here. And we'll dump out all of our bits and pieces. And to save time, I did all the die cutting and coloring already, so all we got to do is just assemble. Okay. Let me get my corn cobs out of there. Okay. And I'm using the stamp sets, which are the Hey Birthday Chick and the Hey Chick. Now this is the one that was back in 2017 in Sale-a-bration. So luckily I kept mine, so I didn't have to get another one. And here's the new one, the Hey Birthday Chick. So that's the stamp sets that we're using. And here's the dies that we're using. Lots of pieces. This is the one that comes with the chick dies. It's got the corn stalks and everything in there, the little chicken coop and fencing and the little corn, ear of corns and all that stuff. It's really cute. And then here's the one that goes with the birthday chick dies. They're lots of fun. So got our stamp sets out here. And the papers that I'm using is the In Good Taste. And we're using this one right here. And then out of Sale-a-bration, I'm using the Oso Ombre. With $50, you can get this paper packs free. And it's 48 sheets, double-sided, of the 6x6. So that's a good value. And lots of patterns. I love that. Okay, so let's start putting this thing together. So I started out with this paper. I decided to use, this is the Bermuda Bay color. And this one measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to go ahead and glue that down to our card. Get my glue out here. I may have to open a new bottle of glue here. Yeah, I don't want to be fighting with this one. We'll just chuck that one for now and grab a new one. So Marlene, if you're still on here, how cold is it up north where you are, Minnesota. Be sure to like and comment my video also. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll be posting this on there a little bit later today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and also share it with your friends. Okay, now we're going to take some more of our designer series paper. And I'm going to be using the polka dotted one. And this one measures 2 5/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we've got two the same size. So one's going to go here and then one on the other side. And we're just going to attach that to our card. You want to kind of line up with the top here so that they're even. Like so. And then we're going to flip this over and we're going to do the other one on this side. And I did the lighter area at the top. With this paper, it kind of has a lighter and a darker. It kind of fades in. So I'm kind of thinking that's the sky area is what I'm using it for. Now, Froggy, are you talking to everybody on Facebook? Thank you, Sharon, for sharing. Good morning. Have you been out making snowmans yet today? I'm not sure if it's good enough for that yet. They say it's not real good for snowballs and stuff, the texture of it. Okay, so we got our other designer series paper, which was the In Good Taste paper, and I've cut 2 strips of that at 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches, and there's 2 of those. And then I got another strip that is 11 inches by 1 1/2 inches. And we're going to score that one also. So I've got to get my scoreboard out here. And that'll be using the same score measurements as the card itself did. Let me set that aside. I got to pull my arm out here and make some noise. Okay, so we're going to score it again at 4 1/4 inches. And make sure you don't have your cutting blade. I got that down. So we're using the score blade at 4 1/4. Again at 7 inches. And again at 9 3/4 inches. So when you're using the designer series paper, it's not as thick as what your cardstock is. So you want to make sure that you don't press too hard when you're scoring it, because you could rip the paper itself. So that's a little FYI thing for you. So we're going to just fold these back. Just get the score lines working. And bring in my scoring blade. Yeah, we're pretty chilly this morning. Sounds like it's going to be even colder tonight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue these little 1-inch panels on. And that's going to go on the along the edge of our inside of our panel. And I did these longer. It matches up top to bottom with just a tiny edge on it. And again on this one. This new bottle of glue comes out pretty fast. I gotta remember not to squeeze the bottle so hard. I get it all over the place. Okay. Did everyone have a good weekend? Ours was good. We didn't have church yesterday because of the weather. So it was kind of strange having a Sunday without going to church. Okay, so now we're going to take this strip of paper that we've already scored, and we're going to place it with the smaller edge, and that's going to go back around the side of our card, and we're going to bring it down okay, I'm just trying to get my folds right here. This will go like that, and that will go like that. Not sure if you've seen that or not. I've got this one behind, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on that to hold it in place, and then maybe I can show you better. And we're just going to place that on there. Whoops, and it slid on me. Trying to do it upside down. That don't work. And I want to put it right up against the bottom edge. Okay, and now we're going to fold this back, this one back, but we want to fold our card first in between these two. Like this, like that, and then like that. And I think I need to, okay, and we're going to put some glue right along this edge here, so it just covers our wood panel there, and we're going to match that up. Oops. Alright, we'll hold that down a moment. I got a little extra glue on there, so I've got it on my fingers now. And we're going to press that all down, let it stick for a little bit. So here we got our card. But I'm going to go ahead and let's see, which one did I attach? Okay. We're going to attach this one down. So I should have put my glue underneath there first. I'm going to sneak in here and put it on there. We should have glued that when we glued the back side. And we're going to stick that down. Okay, now we've got it working right. So, there we go. Now we're going to start decorating. The husband's home. I don't know if you heard him sneeze, probably. He didn't go to work today because of the roads. So I've got my silicone mat, and we're going to use that for doing our glue. Something's got him sneezing down there. Okay. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on there. And we're going to bring out our sponge. And we're going to glue our fence down. Here's our fence. I die cut those out using this die right here. And I cut it out using our silver foil sheets of paper. And we got 3 of those. I'm going to add my adhesive to that. And I'm just going to do the half of it because it's only going to be the bottom half that's going to be glued down. I'll show you here in a moment what exactly I mean. Okay. And lift that up. And I'm just going to put it about halfway. Maybe a third of the way. like that. And then we're going to open our card and we're going to put some over here. Do the same with this fencing. I may have to put a little more glue. Let's see if that's good. Okay. And match up the top and the bottoms. And then let me get some more glue to do this one. We're going to be using our sponge quite a bit with our small pieces today, instead of trying to put glue on little areas. It's usually sometimes easier. We're going to match that up. Okay. I didn't put these two right against each other because when you fold it, it kind of interferes with it, which I have a problem right here, but we're going to just fold it back. I may have to trim some of that off of the other fencing. I guess it's okay. Okay, so here we have our fence. I've got a delay on my iPad, so bear with me. I'm just making sure that you're seeing okay. Okay, so there's our chicken fence wire up. Now we're going to take our corn stalks. I've cut out 3 of them using the garden green paper. And we're going to get some more glue over here because we're going to be doing some gluing. And we're just going to, yeah, I know you probably hear my husband's cell phone. He's down there. I apologize. These men. And we're going to just butt that right up against the top of our wood fencing there, like so. And let's add another one right beside that one. Paula, I liked your video of the snow this morning. Aren't you loving it? I guess it's good. We don't have to go out in it, so. And what better day to be doing crafting than on a snowy day. Alright, and then our third one, we're going to place that one on the other side here. And I got enough glue on that one. Oops. Like a doggy hair there. And we're just going to place that on the edge of this first panel. And I'll turn it around here in a moment. Like this. Okay, so now we need to add some ears of corn. Paper stuck to my finger. Let me get that off. And here's our little ears of corn here. They're so cute. And we're going to have 3 on each one. Oops. So I'm going to get all of our pieces out here. Make sure I've got them all. Okay, so this one I already put together ahead of time. Got to be careful here. I've got things mixed all together here, so I don't want to lose any ears of corn. All right, I've got 3 already done. I guess I had 4. I guess I was busy yesterday. here. All right. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put a little dab of glue on the bottoms of our ears of corn. And then we're going to take our corn husk, I guess it's, well, what is that? The outer part of the corn, I don't remember what it's called. I'm drawing a blank. Guess you call that a senior moment. We're just going to glue these together. And did I get them all? Yeah, we're missing some. Uh-oh. Maybe they're stuck to something else. Well, okay, well maybe I got enough here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to start gluing these down to our card. Let's bring our card back over here. And I'm just going to place some glue on him. I think it'd probably be faster just to use the glue. And I'm putting 3 on each cornstalk. Place this one down here. Well, one good thing, we didn't lose our power last night, so that's a good thing, but all this weather isn't over yet, so that could change. Hopefully not. We've got our generator ready to go if we need it, so. Okay, and I wish I knew where that other one was. I don't know where it went. I think I'm just going to do the 2 on that one for now, save a little time. So next up, I'm just looking at my card to see what I want to do next. We've got our birthday chick, which I've colored already and die cut. She is colored with the smoky slate, and then the balloon is done with the balmy blue. Yeah, I couldn't remember which color it was, balmy blue. And then her face and all that is so saffron. Her beak is the dark so saffron. I used the light on the wings and face and tail and her feet. And then the little crown, that's done with the light red. So we're going to just glue her directly down. We're not using any dimensionals on her. And she's going to go right over here. And just like so. And then we got a little chicken coop, which I probably should have done it in red. It would have showed up more. But I did it in the early espresso. And we're going to put dimensionals on the back middle of it to pop it up a little bit. And then on the sides, I'm going to just put regular glue. So let's go ahead and pop those dimensionals backings off first. So we're going to put the glue just on the outside edges of the house, of the chicken coop. And we should have bent that up a little bit. We're going to bend it a little bit. And that's going to go on the middle panel here. I'll move this out of the way. And, okay. And then we've got our other chick, our dancing chick. And her, I did using the crumb cake, light and dark, and then her beak and her crown here, I did in the red, light red. So we're going to glue her directly down. And she's going to be right over here. I want to make sure that her wing isn't in my fold area of the card. And then we've got this crazy chick with the crazy hair. Maybe she's a punk rocker or something. We're going to put her up on dimensionals. And we're going to place her down right beside our dancing chick, kind of overlapping a little bit because we want to get our feed sack in there yet. Right about there. And then we've got a little feed sack here, and I need my marker, and I just wrote feed on it, so chicken feed. So we're just going to write feed, and I'm going to use my fine tip of my Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to write feed. And we're going to put that up on dimensionals also. And we're just going to put one on the back side. And that's going to be placed off to the side here. And we want to make sure that we're clearing everything so we can fold our card yet. I kind of put it at an angle. Let me scooch that up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then to dress up our chicken, we're going to put a bow in her hair. So we're just going to stick it right on the top of her. And I got a little extra glue there, but it'll dry clear. Alright, so then, make sure I didn't forget anything inside. Move these corn ears out of the way. So we have this hen, and I've colored her using the Smoky, let's see. Yeah, I use Smoky Slate with her also, and then the red top with the light red, and then the beak and feet is done in the So Saffron. But I did do her feet using the light pumpkin pie. I did her a little bit different on her feet. So we're just going to glue her down. I'm just going to put glue at the bottom portion of her body. And we're going to set her over here. And then I die cut a tree stump out of that dies using the, I don't remember what color this was. It's not the early espresso, it's, I think it's Smoky Slate cardstock. And we're just going to glue that down. And I'm putting it right here at our side panel. Just like that. Well, I think I want it straight. And then we've got another little chick that we die cut out of there. It's really cute because the wing pops up. So we're going to put a little glue on her. I'm going to come out of the bottle now. Okay. And she's standing in front of the tree stump. And I'm going to come back in and put a a black bead for her eye. So let me do that at the end. And then we've got the egg that's got legs, but he hadn't come out of the shell yet. And we're going to place that up on dimensional. See, I saved a lot of time by having this all colored and cut out already, so I was able to do this today. I wanted to share it with everybody. So there's our egg. And then we've got another little chick that's dancing. He's got a bandit face mask on with a little party hat. We're going to put him up on a dimensional. Him, her, maybe it's a her, it's got a pink mask on it. And I colored her and the little egg, I colored those both in this light So Saffron. And I did the feet with the dark So Saffron and his beak. And then the mask, I outlined it with the Flirty Flamingo. And then I colored it with a light Flirty Flamingo. And I did the hat with the Flirty Flamingo and the Balmy Blue. So I had a senior moment there for a moment. Couldn't think which colors those were. That happens. Okay, so then we've got our little chick that's got a cupcake and is going to blow out the candles. And I colored her using the So Saffrons, and her hair is done in the Magenta Madness blends along with the cupcake frosting. And then the candle is done in the Bermuda Bay, and the cupcake paper is the cinnamon cider light. So we're going to put this one glued directly down. I'm not popping her up on dimensionals. And she's going to go on this area here, that's the middle fold. Just like that. Okay, so there we have it so far. And then I cut out a little sign with the early espresso paper, and the happy birthday I cut out using, is that real red? No, that was cherry cobbler. And so I'm going to just use my mat here, and we're going to put some glue on the back of our happy birthday. And really all you need to do is just put it on the center area, because the outer edges are going to hang over the sign, so you don't need to put it all the way across. And just kind of center it on there, like this. Oops. And now we're going to glue that down. And that's going to go over in this corner at an angle. Okay, so here we have all of our critters and everybody in place. All right, now we're going to stamp our sentiments. Where did I put them? There they are. We're going to be using the Memento black ink. I didn't get a piece of scrap paper here. Okay, so here's some scrap papers. We're going to do the Hey Chick. And this one we're going to stamp it directly on our card. And this says, "You're still a spring chicken." That's going to go in the top corner here. I got it a little bit crooked, but that's fine. And this one, we're just going to fussy cut that out. A little banner. So I'll get my scissors. And we're going to do some fussy cutting. Just trying to figure out which way I want to go with these. Maybe this way. And this way. Set that aside. Let's trim this down a little bit more. And try not to touch the sentiment because the ink might be a little wet yet. I don't want it to smear. Okay, so we're only going to put glue at the left side of this. It's going to hang off of our side here a little bit. And just kind of angle it. Okay, there we go. So it says, "Hey chick, you're still a spring chicken." Oh, we need to come back in and do our eye on our little chick there. So let me grab that. I think I have some little black matte ones here. Yeah. So they might be a little bit big. I don't have the smaller ones. I don't think that's going to work. That's going to be too big. Well, yeah, it could work. We're going to make it work. He's going to have a big eye. So I'm going to take your pick tool and I'm going to slide one of those off using my putty end. And we're going to place that for his eye. I don't know, that's kind of funky looking. What do you think? Is that too big? Maybe I need to find a smaller one. Let me know what you think, if I should leave it or put something different. It's awful big. That's okay, Deborah. You're just on time. You can go back and watch the replay of what you might have missed. Okay, I don't think I like that. I think I'm going to find something different. That's just a little bit too big for that little guy. I'm sure I have something here. Even the pearls are better. Maybe I'll use a pearl and color it black. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me do the pearl. We're going to color it black. It's a little bit smaller than what that one was. I'll take my dark black lens and I'll color it. We'll use that. So one thing good about the blends with your rhinestones and your pearls and stuff, you can use your darkest color of your blends and color them to whatever color you want. Also, with a lot of our ribbons, you can do the same. Oops, that was a little bit wet yet. So we're going to place that there. Yeah, I like that better. That's better. The other one was too big for his eye. Let's see if you can see it in the camera now. Much better. Okay, you can see it good here. So here we go. And there's the inside. And I might put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the balloon just to brighten it up a little bit. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of go around the one side edge is all. There. And maybe some on the flame too. So, and the candle. Okay, so there we have our first card. Let me clean up my mess here and we'll go to our second one. That didn't take so long once I had everything finished. Okay, set these aside. Okay, so our next one, we're going to be using the Darling Donkey. And this is out of the Sale-a-bration. With every $50 order, you can get the Darling Donkey stamp set. And this runs until February 28th, so time's running out. If you want to get that, you need to be sure to add it to your order before it ends. And the paper that we're going to be using is, I'm just trying to move everything out of my way here, is the Flower and Field. And that's another free item that's in our Sale-a-bration for $50. And we're going to be using this paper here, the front and the back side. Well, the front and back, whichever way you look at it. Okay. Let's set the stamp set aside. I'm hoping I'm fairly prepared today. I'm thinking I am, but that doesn't mean nothing. So here's our card. It says, "Hey there, friend." And here's the inside. Hee-haw. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And I also decorated the envelope, so we're going to be doing that too. Get all my bits and pieces out. Move my... I didn't put them on the back side, so well. Get our bits and pieces out, and we'll get started. Move my mat aside. Okay. So let me go ahead and give you the measurements first, and we'll go from there. Our card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. Our inside is just a piece of white cardstock, which measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we've got a white mat for the outside that measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. A piece of flour that measures 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then the dotted one measures 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then a little strip of the Just Shade, which is 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we got those measurements all out of the way, so I don't have to go through those again. And then another piece for the envelope measures 2 inches by 6 inches. And I've already die cut a circle out, which comes out of the Stitch Shapes dies. And I used the larger circle, this one here. And we're going to stamp our donkey on that one. So let's go ahead and stamp our donkey first, and then we'll assemble the card. So I'm just using black Memento ink. And get my stamps here. Alright. So we're using this little donkey where he's sitting down. So let's go ahead and ink him up real good. And we're going to stamp him. Did I do him off this side? Yeah, I guess we're okay right there. I wanted to make sure I had enough room for my sentiment. So we're going to place him down towards the bottom edge, like this. And he's going to be saying, "Hey friend," which is this one right here. We're going to stamp that right beside him. Let me turn this around. Okay. So we've got that done. So let's go ahead and, well, we'll do the inside after we're done with the outside. I was going to do both at the same time, but let's just stick with the outside for now. Okay, so we've got our blends, and I'm going to be using Crumb Cake, which is this. It's light and dark, the Petal Pink Light, and the Light Just Shade. So those are our only colors that we're using. So I'm going to do an outline using the crumb cake, dark crumb cake, which is going to do the tops of his ears and his little mane here on top of his head. Alright, and then where the stamping images are, I'm going to just outline those a little bit. And his tail. And then I'm going to come back in with the light crumb cake. And I'm going to color all of them in except for his inside of his ears and his nose are going to be done in the light petal pink. So let me just do some blending here. I need to turn them so I can see what I'm doing here. Oh, and I'm going to do his hoofs using the dark crumb cake also. I'll have to come back in and get that and do that. Hope everybody's staying warm. We did a fireplace insert to a gas log fireplace insert to our fireplace because with my asthma we couldn't really use the wood burning. So that's been a blessing right now, keeping us warm. We love it. The gas heat is so much warmer than what the electric heat is. You can really tell the difference. It's okay, we're going to take the light petal pink and we're going to do his snout, his nose. And we're going to do his inside of his ears. I'm going to come back in with the dark crumb cake and I'm going to do his hoofs. And then we don't want them just sitting up in the air. We're going to put some ground underneath them. So we're going to use the light Just Shade. And we're just going to color a little bit of ground underneath them. Just so he's not floating in the air here. Okay, that's good. Now, I'll bring it over a little bit more. There. So here we have our donkey done. We're going to put this up on dimensionals. I think I'll put 4 in there. It's a bigger area, so maybe 1 in the middle to keep it from sinking. And we'll set that aside. We're going to assemble our card. Set that aside. Let me get my bone folder in here and we'll give that a good crease. Oh, I found my other cornstalk thing. It was kind of hidden on my glass here. It's kind of blended in the same color. Okay, so we're going to take our white card mat and we're going to glue this down to that with a tiny border going around it. I have this card and then another card, but they're both fairly fast because I've got a lot of the work done ahead of time, so hope you'll be able to stick around and stay with me. Alright, so just glue that to there. Now we're going to glue this one to the bottom portion. And why put the lid back on? Thought I was done, I guess. And that's going to go on the bottom portion. Alright, and then I got this little strip of Just Jade, which was 3/4 inch by 5 1/4 inches. And that's going to be glued down. That'll cover our seam. Alright. And for the ribbon, I'm using our Just Jade. And this is, it's our 2020-2022 in color ribbon. And I thought I already did all this. I guess I didn't cut one. So I'm going to do, that's probably about 6 inches maybe. We're going to cut that off, and then we're just going to stick it across the center of our strip here. And I'm just going to attach that using Scotch tape. So let me get that out. Oops, that's something sticky there. And I'm going to center that. What did I do here? I guess I had some glue right there. Took the paper off. We're just going to put it in the center. And then bring it around and attach the other side. And attach that using Scotch tape again. Okay. And then we're going to glue that down to the front of our card base. Let me put my pin in here so I don't lose it. I use a straight pin to hold my ribbon on things so it doesn't unwind. Keeps it a little neater. Okay, so we're going to attach this with just our liquid glue. And make sure my card's opening the right direction here. And we're going to center that. With the liquid glue, you've got a little time to move it around if you need to, which is good because I need all the help I can get sometimes. It could have been up a little farther, but we're going to leave it as is. Okay, so here we have the front of our card so far. And we're going to take our donkey, and we're going to take our dimensionals off and place that on the left side of our card front. Using the take your pick tool is so much easier than trying to use my fingernails, which I don't have any. And we're going to place him on the side, the left side of our card. And we're going to get another piece of ribbon here, and we're going to tie a faux bow on that right side. So all that is what we're going to take a piece of our ribbon, and we're just going to wrap it around the other one and just tie it. Okay, and position it where I want it. I guess that's a good place. And we're going to trim off our ribbon. And there we have that. And we need to add some, these are called the 2020-2022 in color enamel dots. I'm going to be using the Just Jade ones. Okay, Deborah, that's fine. Yeah, catch the replay. And I'm just going to put some of these onto our card. And I don't know if I want to stay with 2 or do I want to go with 3. I think I'm going to stick with just the 2. I usually do odd numbers, but I'm going to change my rules here on this one. So here we have the front of our card. So now we got to do the inside. On the inside, we're going to stamp this kicking donkey. And we're using the black Memento ink again. And make sure he's inked up good. And he's going to be kind of at an angle because he's kicking up his heels. And then he's kicking up some dirt, so we're going to put some dirt flying in the air right behind him. Okay. And he's going to be saying, hee-haw. Okay. And he needs some ground underneath him too, so we're just going to use the light crumb cake. And we're going to brush some ground underneath him. Just kind of scribble it. Let me put my cover on my ink pad. And let me go in and glue him down. Alright, and we're going to center that on the inside of our card. Oops. Okay, so there's the inside of our card and the outside. And let's go ahead and we're going to decorate our envelope. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our flap and we're going to put some glue all around the flap. It's hard to see on this white on white. And let me see. I kind of like the, yeah, I think we're going to stick with the flowers. Kind of like the dotted too. I was undecided. Both would look good. And we're just going to press that down. And we're going to come back in and we're going to just trim up our envelope flap. Cut this excess off. Anybody got any big plans for the week? I think I cut that one off a little shorter, but that's okay. So here's our flap. And here's our card. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. I think it's cute. I love the donkeys. Okay. So then our next one that we're going to do is we're going to move all this out of my way first. And let me get a little organized. Alright, so we're using a Touch of Ink stamp set, which this is another free Sale-a-bration stamp set. With a $100 order, you can get this one for free. But it's got a lot of stamps in there. It's got 17 stamps. So it does the outline image, and then it does the filling image. And then plus the sentiments are really cute. We've got best wishes, thank you so much, hope, thinking of you, love, hello friend. And so it's got a lot with it. It's got 2 sheets of stamps in here. And so today we're going to be using the butterfly. It has the hummingbird and butterfly, and then the flowers and leaves. But we're going to be using the butterfly. And this is the card. It's fairly simple. It'll come together pretty fast, so I hope you can stick by and watch it. If not, catch me on the replay. So here's the card front and the card inside. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And then I've also did the envelope flap also with the Designer Series paper. So the paper that we're using is from the Paper Blooms, and that's another free paper pack that's in the Sale-a-bration with $50 orders. And we're using this one right here. So let me get everything out of my envelope here and get started. And there's my bowl. Okay, so first off, we're going to glue. Let me give you the dimensions. That's for the flap. I have a piece of Seaside Spray cardstock, which measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4 inches. And we're going to burnish that. And then, which one's the picture? This is the inside. The inside measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's just our white, basic white. And then I've got a piece of white cardstock for a mat, and that measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then our designer series paper measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're just going to go ahead and glue those two together. Everybody's quiet today. We're just going to center that on the top of our white mat. And then we're going to take our ribbon. This is comes from the Flowers for Every Season, and that's a combo pack. There's 3 in here. We've got this one, this blue twine with silver, and then plus this white here. And we're using the white today. And that measures about 6 inches. And we're going to go across the center of our front of our card, and we're just going to attach that with scotch tape. And a little more on the other side. Oops. I got that pulled pretty tight and centered. Okay, put our tape on there. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can glue that to the front of our card. And center that on the front. Okay. We're going to set that aside because we're going to stamp our butterfly. I've already die cut a piece of white cardstock using the stitch shapes, the squares, and I used the larger one. And so we're going to get out our stamps here. I've got the butterfly outline. We're going to stamp this using the Night of Navy ink. And we're going to stamp the center of it using the Seaside Spray. So let me do the butterfly outline. And we're going to kind of put them up towards the top of our square, because we want to leave enough room for our sentiment on the bottom right corner. Oh, and I should have used my mat. My piercing mat. Okay, that came out okay, but I'm going to not push my luck anymore, so. Trying to set things aside so I don't stick my arms in them. So we'll put this aside, and we're going to open our Seaside Spray ink. And we're going to take the solid portion, we're going to ink up that using the Seaside spray. And then we're going to line up our butterfly. But with these type of stamps, they don't match exactly. It kind of gives the watercolor image. So don't be alarmed when they don't exactly match, because they're not supposed to. They're made that way. So it just kind of gives you the outline. Okay. So we're going to use the another stamp here. We're going to use the Hello Friend, and we're going to use the Night of Navy to stamp that with, the sentiment. And we're going to stamp that down in the bottom right corner. Thinking I'm out of camera range here a little bit. And then we've got these little bitty dots that are in there too. And I'm going to ink up using the Seaside spray. And I think I want to stamp it off. And then stamp. So it looks like it's kind of a ground for the butterfly to land on. And just a couple on the bottom. And I use the Seaside spray ink also on that. And you move these aside so I don't put my arms in them. And now this we're going to put up on dimensionals. Okay, one too many there. Where's my take your pick tool at? And we're going to pop those backings off real quick here. So does anybody have any plans of playing out in the snow today? Not me. Too cold for me. Okay. And we're going to put that on the left-hand side of our card front. And then we already made a bow using that same ribbon. And we're going to use a glue dot to glue that down. And I know they're here. Where did I put my glue dots? I'm probably looking right at them. Yep, there they are. They were hiding. I'm going to take my glue dots. If I can find one here. There we are. And I take your pick tool to pop that off. I'm going to put that right down on top of the ribbon. And give me another one here so I can make sure it's got a good stick to it. Alright. We're going to take our ribbon and we're going to place that on top of the ribbon. Place the bow on top of the ribbon, I should say. And I'm going to tuck that underneath. So here we have that. And I used some pearls. Which I just had. And I want to put 3 pearls on the front of this. And I'm using the smaller ones. I take your pick tool and place those. And another one right there. Okay, so there's the front of our card. So now I'm going to do the inside of our card. And I've got a little strip of the Designer Series paper, and this is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. And we're just going to glue that to the side of our panel. And I maybe made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. I can trim off. I'd rather have it too long than not long enough. Okay. So it looks straight. I'm going to cut off this edge. And we're going to stamp our flower down at the bottom corner. And I'm going to do the same as I did for the butterfly. I'm going to start out with the dark Night of Navy. And then I'm going to come back in with the solid image using the Seaside Spray. And get my head in here so I can see. And there's our flower. And then for the sentiment on the inside, I think I'm going to do Thinking of You. And I'm going to ink it up with the Night of Navy. And make sure I've got it right side here. Okay. So there's our inside. Let me close up these ink pads. Oh, so Sharon, you're going to get out and play? I don't know. I'm too old to go making snow angels and too old to go sledding. So, I don't know. Just walking around being cold is not my cup of tea, I guess. But it is kind of pretty out there. Bright. And I think Jackie and Brooke were out earlier on the four-wheeler. But they didn't stay out too long, I don't think. Okay, so here's the inside of our card. And here's the outside. And there we have that. So let's go ahead and decorate this envelope also. This is 2 inches by 6 inches. And we're just going to put glue around our envelope flap. And match up the seams. Press it down. And we'll come back in here and trim that. Be sure to visit my blog and get the dimensions on all the cards that I'm making. I'll be posting these probably later this afternoon, but you can go back in past histories of the ones I've done if you need any of the dimensions for anything else. Those are already on there. Okay, so here's our flap and here's our card. Okay, so I guess that's all I have for you today. Let me bring all these out and show all that we've done. Let me clean this up a bit, get it moved out of the way. Okay, this is our last one. This is our second one. And this is our first one. So, let me see here how we can do this. Don't know if I can fit them all in here. Maybe. No, I've got to scooch over a little bit. Trying to see where my camera's situated at. No, we're still not seeing them all. I'm trying here. Give me time. Okay, maybe this will work better. up too high. I may get all this figured out eventually, where everything needs to be. So I hope you enjoyed the cards. And if you have any questions at all, you can email me, and I'll be able to help you with any questions that you might have on anything. So let me go ahead and turn you around here. Looking at my ceiling. Move this lamp out of the way. Okay, and so I hope you enjoyed the cards. I had fun putting the hen and chicks together. I knew it was going to be way too much to do everything in class or on Facebook Live, so I did everything ahead of time, except for the gluing and that sort of stuff. But I enjoyed making it yesterday. I was having fun putting it together. And the Darling Donkeys and the Touch of Ink are probably two of my favorites too out of the Sale-a-bration. If you don't have those yet, if you want them, you need to get before the end of the month, before it runs out, because that'll be the end of those that you'll be able to get them. But other than that, I think that's about all I have. I plan to be back next Monday again at the same time. So, not sure what I'm going to do yet, but it'll be something. Maybe I'll do some more Sale-a-bration so we can see what is going to be ending. But I'm going to let everybody go. Y'all enjoy your day. Enjoy the snow if you're going to be out in it. I just got to think about that one. I'm not sure if I want to or not. But we'll talk to you soon.